So let's take a look at the starting order for this race. And here is your grid. So Kai Hunter will line up on pole position, and you'll have, along with him, here is the rundown of the grid of those that will be driving. So no Eliska Babiškova, but we will have Miska Kaskinen, Archie Walker, Kai Hillertz, Laurent Legault, Ethan Jeff Hall, Janis Diak, Jaren Schultz, Tommy van der Stoys, Matthias Derlo, Archie Buttle, Ollie Stevens, Lotus Tveen, Andrea Kostic, Elia Papasena, Henry Beaumont, Hugo Latorre Vega, Camille McFarlane, Arthur Robin, Lucas Bernot, Er Harun, Brandon Klein-Nagelvort. Then we got Bapti Schneider, Henki Kalteren, Shiraishi Itsumo, Jason Krajewski, Tonis Johannes Domingas, Leandre Carvalho, Matteo Pianizola, Simsep, and Gustavs Yusakovs. So we'll have 31 drivers competing in this race. So far, the heat winners have been as follows. Heat 1, Kovac. Heat 2, Austin Lee. Heat 3, Lewis Gilbert. Matthew Higgins, Heat 4. Kai Hunter won both Heats 5 and 7. And Gilbert won Heat 6. And Kovac won Heat number 8. 2 more to go. And then we can have a respite, recharge our batteries, and get ready for tomorrow. And I have to say a very, very big hello to Ragnar Vidas. As we go into the tram lines, revs rise, lights are out, we are racing. And a good start once again by the pairing of Hunter and Kaskinen. And there has been a drama in turn number 1. There looks to have been a multi-cart incident. Several drivers, I think, might have got caught out. There were 3 wide, and I think I saw a front bumper go up into the air as the front axle was lifted. So very, very difficult to see how many drivers might have been affected as a result of that incident. But at the moment, at the front of the field, it is Kai Hunter, Miska Kaskinen, Kai Hillertz, Ethan Jeff Hall and Archie Walker that round out the top 5 as things stand. As they head their way down to turn number and one of them is Ollie Stevens, is out of the race, unfortunately. The Brit from Dan Holland Racing. The kart bearing the scars of battle, I'm afraid. And now Archie Walker has got himself up into 4th place as Ethan Jeff Hall tries to retake the position. He's looking up the inside. Oh, and there's dramas. Dramas there, and that is, of all people, Janis Diak. I think he just took a look at the right rear of the kart. He just instantly pulled to the right-hand side. So Ollie Stevens out. Janis Diak out, and that was quite a surprise to me. Well, they do say that the script has been thrown upside down and on its head. Now, as a result, Andrea Kostic has just got past Canada's Laurent Legault in the 3:23. That is for position. And that is effectively now 7th place due to the sudden dramatic retirement of Janis Diak. But there's a 3-way battle over 3rd place. Kai Hillertz was occupying that. Now it's Ethan Jeff Hall. Walker looking to pull alongside. Hillertz moving over to the right, but Walker gets through and takes 4th position from the Belgian. A little bit further back, Lotus Tveen going side by side with Laurent Legault from Canada. So Lotus Tveen at one point was running with Dams Racing, now with Robert Schlunsen at RS Competition. 7.5 minutes still to go. And, well, Jaren Schultz hasn't made a further hasn't got any, well, has made it through sectors 1 and 2, and now 3. So it looks like that Jaren Schultz is the last of the 29 drivers that are still circulating. But Jaren Schultz, who would have started P9, and that's probably where all the drama happened. There's more tussling a little bit further back past the top 15 positions on the field. Black and white flag for the 3:04. That is Elia Papasena from Italy, now currently in 14th position. Gustav Zusarkovs must be counting his lucky stars right now, because the Latvian based out of Larkfield for Hunter Motorsport in the 359 finds himself in 16th position. Six minutes still to go of this 10-minute plus an additional lap race. So Ollie Stevens out on the spot on the opening lap. Janis Diak retiring on lap 2. Tonis Johannes Dominguez gets past Jason Krajewski from Germany in the 3:07 to take 24th place. No change in the top 10, nor the top 12, but Tommy van der Stroys has managed to get past on Lucas Pernod. So van der Stroys might have also been compromised, as there has been a change for position, because Miska Kaskinen has lost out to Ethan Jeff Hall for second place. Archie Walker is going to be right with the back bumper of the 385 from Finland very, very shortly. And there is a kart pulling to the left-hand side of the circuit. That is probably Jaren Schultz, keeping it out of harm's way, as Walker now looks for the move through turn 13, and so does Rilets. Rilets did see a little glimpse of an opportunity, but then had to back out of it, did the best thing there, and looks to tee it up coming out of the final corner, because he's now sweeping a little bit wider, then cutting back in, and gets the switch around going through out of turn number 18, and now pulls alongside Kaskinen. Up through into fourth goes Rilets. And now with them is Mattis Turlo, who's been there or thereabouts at some point during any of the heats that he has competed in over the course of today. Looks like, well, Jaren Schultz has crossed the line, but a considerable rate slower than everybody else out on the circuit. Archie Walker has got the fastest lap in his pocket after what was 4 laps, 1 minute 3.258. That last lap, he was slower than both Hunter and Jeff Hall. After the completion of lap number 5, as there's a send and a half from Rilets up the inside of Walker, going through turn 16, but Walker keeps the inside line for 17. Rilets again doing a textbook of exactly what he did to Kaskinen just a lap ago. He's going to get the inside run on the 391 from KR Sport and goes back up into third place. Lotus V now rounds out the top 10. Henki Kaltunen and Lucas Pernod and Shiraishi Itsumo have made their way. Those 3 drivers round out the top 20. Jason Krajewski gets past Brandon Klein-Nagelvoort from the United Kingdom for 23rd position. Elia Papasena now up into 13th, past Henry Beaumont from the UK. Coming down towards the final 2 and 3/4 minutes as things stand right now. That is a battle between Kai Hunter and Ethan Jeff Hall. 395 versus 397. And there is an attempt for the move for the lead, and Well, Ethan Jeff Hall decided, I'm going to plant the cart there. Kai Hunter had to react accordingly. There was, you know what, plenty of room given. I have to admit, it's a good solid exchange between the pair. But now with 2 minutes to go, Hunter will want to pick up another win. So with 1:45 still to go on the timer, Hunter is now sizing up Jeff Hall. Out of the final corner, he's pulled to the far left as Hunter, so is Jeff Hall, to anticipate Hunter's manoeuvres. And Archie Walker now is with Kai Rilets. So battle for the race lead, battle for third place. Then Miska Kaskinen has got the freight train behind him, as all and sundry trying to battle the Finn in the 385 for fifth position. Well, coming down to the final 50 seconds of this race. And it's been a very, very steep learning curve for one particular young man who is currently leading the race. But we go on to our penultimate lap. Lap 10 out of 11 underway. Hunter chasing down Jeff Hall. 0.23 of a second separates the pair at the front. Rilets has started to pull away from Archie Walker. The gap between them after the previous lap was 3.5 tenths of a second. And with that, Rilets set the fastest lap of the race. 1:03.209. Time has expired. One more lap to go. Jeff Hall holding on to the lead. But even with the heat where Hunter came together with Lewis Gilbert, even with this strong finish, it might put him at the sharper end of the classification. But there is going to be 1.58 kilometres of racing still to go after the 18th and final corner, of which both Ethan Jeff Hall and Kai Hunter now negotiate. And now they're trying to go side by side. Hunter switches to the outside. Ethan Jeff Hall defends. Rilets is now closing. Up the hill they go, through into 4. Hunter sweeps wide in towards 5, now into the right-hander at 6, before they start building the speed and momentum. Rilets is now very, very menacingly behind them as they go down the hill for the 11th and final time. Hard on the brakes, turn the cart in. Rilets is there or thereabouts. And he's with Hunter. So this could be a three-way dash to the finish very shortly. Out of turn 14, they go. Now through the slight kink into 15. Hunter's looking, he's going to sweep into the outside. That's opened the door for Rilets. They go side by side through turn 16, now into 17. Can Hunter get the run on Jeff Hall, or will Rilets have a chance to strike? We now find out, and Jeff Hall holds on by 0.123 of a second. Rilets makes it the top 3, covered by 0.268 after 11 laps. Archie Walker, Miska Kaskinen round out the top 5 after 11 laps, covered by 1.7 seconds. Mathis Turlo, Andrea Kostic, Arthur Robin, Lotus Tveen and Camille McFarlane round out the top 10. Great to see the two at the bottom there, really giving the guys something to think about. So well done to Lotus, well done to Camille on that particular occasion. Hugo Latour and Laurent Legault ran out the top 12, ahead of Tommy van der Stroys. Gustav Zusakovs started on the back row of the grid, finished 14th provisionally. Elia Papacena, Henry Beaumont, Lucas Bernard, Henki Kalteren, Baptiste Schneider, Brandon Klein-Nagelvort, And then we've also got Tonis Johannes Tumingas, Shiraishi Itsumo in 22nd, Archie Buttle, Jason Krajewski, Harun, Leandri Carvalho, and Sim Sepp being the last of the 27 finishers. Unfortunately, lap 7, Matteo Pianizzolo was out. So was Jaron Schultz on lap 5. Janis Diak pulling to the side immediately on lap 1 through turn 2, with Ollie Stevens eliminated after the first lap incident. So, the penultimate senior Rotax race of Heats Day got underway as the drivers were primed and ready for battle here at the 1.58 kilometre circuit. The lights went out, and Julie, we went into battle. And once again, the tactic of Hunter and Kaskinen at the front of the field. But there was the moment where we found that Ollie Stevens would end up being turned around and off and out. And also with that, I think maybe there was another kart involved that was high, wide and handsome onto the grassy bank above the dust and the gravel. And then Ethan Jeff Hall stormed his way through. There was a piece coming off of the kart of Janis Diak, which might have been the kart that went over the dust. And then some moves by the likes of Andrea Kostic on Laurent Legault from Canada. Archie Walker and Kai Rilets went side by side with the 391 from KR Sport making his way through. But then this move here was when Ethan Jeff Hall managed to get through on Miska Kaskinen. But then it would be a further overtake a little bit later on, as Kaskinen would have to battle with the likes of Rilets and Walker, with Rilets having to back out of the move coming out of turn number 14. Rilets would then get past Walker on the run down to turn number 1 after the long start-finish straight. But then this move here was what decided it all, as Ethan Jeff Hall took the race by the scruff of the neck and controlled it right up until the checkered flag. Despite the best efforts of Kai Hunter, with Kai Rilets making it 3 drivers separated by just over a quarter of a second after 11 laps, with Ethan Jeff Hall taking his first victory in Europe as a senior Rotax driver.